Tonalic brings the performance of real session musicians into your productions, adapting to your song as if they were right in the room with you. But before we dive into workflow details, there's one key thing you need to know about Tonalic. This little icon here might look like a regular loop, but it's so much more. It's a Tonalic pattern played by a real musician, in this case, session guitarist Brian Sutton. And with this pattern, we can already start building a song. I've set up some chords, a key, and a tempo. Now just drag the Tonalic icon into a new track and extend the region for as long as you want it to play. And just like that, it sounds as if Brian Sutton recorded that pattern directly to your song. And it's important to note, this region isn't simply an audio file. It's more like a playing instruction. The actual performance is created by Tonalic, based on the chords, the key and the tempo you've set. And here's the amazing part. The Tonalic engine doesn't just follow instructions. It makes musical decisions for you, adapting to your chord progression, keeping the voice leading natural and adding all the subtle human nuances that bring music to life. So listen closely. Hear that little slide on the chord change? Or the steady top note from C to D? These kinds of musical details make Tonalics feel alive. And you'll hear them in every pattern you will use. And the best part is, you can never break a Tonalic. No matter where you place the region, on the beat, off the beat, or anywhere in between, Tonalic will always keep the pattern musically and rhythmically consistent with your song. Now, before we continue, you can run Tonalic in two different ways. Either as an instrument plugin, or, in supported DAWs, as an integrated ARA plugin. Musically, both behave exactly the same way. What changes is how Tonalic fits into your DAW workflow. Once you've added the Tonalic instrument to a MIDI or instrument track and you're logged in, you'll start noticing those Tonalic icons everywhere while exploring. Just drag them onto the Tonalic track at the bottom of the window. From there, you can add chords by typing them in, using the chord assistant, or even by dragging MIDI files directly onto the chord track. And then, start arranging everything right here, just like you would in your DAW. If you're working with multiple Tonalic plugins on different tracks, guitar, bass and drums for example, no problem. Just switch to the multitrack view and you can arrange all your Tonalic regions conveniently in one place. Tonalic can also run through a special ARA version, currently available in Studio One Pro, with more DAWs to follow. This doesn't change how Tonalic sounds or how Tonalic icons work. What it does change is how deeply Tonalic is embedded into your DAW workflow. Unlike the Tonalic instrument, you can simply drag a Tonalic icon onto a new DAW track and use standard DAW tools like the loop tool to extend the Tonalic region for as long as you want it to play. While Tonalic takes care of making it sound like a continuous, natural and living performance. And of course, you are now working seamlessly right inside your DAW's timeline, with everything perfectly linked between Tonalic and your song. A Tonalic never comes alone. Click on any Tonalic icon and you'll get to the set page, which always shows some pattern options, as well as builds, pickups, fills, stops and endings. And with those, you can shape an entire track and make your arrangement even more dynamic and exciting. Pattern Tonalics, as you've already heard before, are the main building elements of your arrangement. Transitions connect different sections and song parts, and ending Tonalics close a section naturally, no matter which beat you drop them on. And all the set controls like timing, swing, and in the Studio Edition sound controls affect every Tonalic in that set on that specific track. You can search for Tonalics in countless styles, played by over 30 session musicians, each recorded in their authentic musical environment. And you can find them either on the Explore page, where they're organized by artists, instrument groups, and other musical compilations, or by using the search page for more specific results. With hundreds of tags, you can narrow things down quickly and even sort results in a more musical way, like by density or by beat accents. Combine these options and you'll find the right Tonalics fast. When you find an idea you like, you can explore alternative Tonalics that fit the same track, or discover complementary ones to layer on a new track and expand your arrangement. When your DAW is not playing, you can preview any Tonalic with 1 or 2 backing tracks, either using an example tempo and chord progression, or your DAW's current tempo and chords. You can also preview directly to your playing DAW, following the song's chords, tempo, key and signature in real time. That way, you instantly know if a Tonalic fits your song. With the Tonalic Studio Edition, you unlock powerful options to shape the musical result on the Tonalic track. Not just sound and effects. But even the actual notes of every Tonalic. Using the Refine tools, you can adjust voice leading, pitch, amplitude and timing, even down to individual notes. So whether it's about your personal taste or fixing a small detail, you stay in full control. If you ever want to know more about a feature while working, just open the help window. It always shows the main information about any element you're working with. So now you've got all the basics for a solid head start with Tonalic. Jump in, start making music, and when you're ready to dive deeper, check out our other videos, because there's so much more to discover in Tonalic.